Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So welcome to USM's first ever Gurbani study class. So we're going to be doing this class every year most likely. And the first year we're going to be doing it through an intro Bani. So we picked Sohila. So all of you at this point should have received a booklet, which is going to be our workbook. So you need to bring that with you every day to class whenever you guys decide to have it. So the workbook you guys have received, it has several parts to it. So let's quickly go through it right now and we'll go over what each part is, what it's for, and why we have it. So the first part that you see there is you're going to see a sort of like an intro letter, like a welcome letter, basically telling you why we're having this course, the purpose of it. And then we have a very detailed frequently asked questions section, FAQ section. We understand that this is the first time really any organization, any institution, whether it's a Gurdwara, whether it's any Sikh group from anywhere, has attempted to try to teach Gurbani at the collegiate level. So we understand that there's probably a lot of questions, why are we doing this? How did this start? Everything like that. So the FAQ section should answer all of those questions for you. Of course, if there's a question that we didn't answer, which is totally possible, there's an email address listed, and I believe your instructor wrote that email address on the board as well. So send us an email, we'll get back to you as soon as possible with the answer to that. So quickly, before getting into the Bani itself, I want to talk about why exactly this course was started. The purpose of Gurbani study through USM, we have about 5 or 6 important reasons, and they're all in the FAQ section, but I want to quickly just, mention them just now because they're very important. Obviously, the whole Bani we're learning this year is Sohila. So like the overall first purpose is just to learn what does Sohila mean, right? Line by line, word by word. And of course, we want to go through a bird's eye view as well. So understanding the bigger picture that Guru Sahib is trying to paint us and understand how that applies to our daily lives. We want to introduce students to basic Gurmat principles. And part of the reason why we chose Sohila, besides the fact that the length fits perfectly with an 18-week schedule, is that it touches on so many basic principles of Sikhi. So in essence, we believe it's the perfect intro Bani to teach someone the basics of Sikh theology. Another reason is to demonstrate how relevant, how connected Bani is to our daily lives today. I'm sure many of you have heard, people say, well, Gurbani was written hundreds of years ago, and things that were happening back then, they're not relevant to right now. So as a result, why should I even read it? Why should I understand it? But actually, if you actually understand Bani, Bani is extremely relevant right now, probably more so than any time before. And part of this course is demonstrating to you through practical examples that Kirtan Sohila gives us as to how it's relevant and how it can actually improve your day-to-day life. We're going to go super, super practical in this course. So I guarantee you, if you come to every lesson, you will definitely be able to take home with you certain lessons, certain phrases, and certain just actions that you can implement right away and start to see an improvement in your life. Whether it be through anxiety, whether it be through rehet, whether it be through anything, you will see an improvement if you follow the principles laid down in Sohila, which we will explain to you. We also want to provide you with the Sangat, with the like-minded community here. We want to form an intimate group of people that you can be open with, that you can be honest with, and you can share with them your problems. And then more importantly, receive solutions to those problems that are Gurmat-based. We always run to this person and that person and this ideology looking for solutions. We always come back empty-handed. So we're hoping to finally, give you a place where you can get those answers and you don't have to go running around anywhere else. So that's sort of the overall purpose of why we're doing this course. The format of the class is a bit unique. So the first 10-15 minutes, as you guys have already had, your facilitator, who has graciously volunteered to lead this class at your university, they will be speaking for the first 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the lines, giving you a very basic translation of the line itself, line by line, word by word, giving you a very, very rudimentary, lesson into what we're going to talk about. Then the following 10 to 15 minutes approximately will be a video like this one, where we will go deeper into the line and explain the greater meanings attached to them. And then the final approximately 30 minutes or so will be an activity. And if you look at your workbooks right now, you see the table of contents, then you see the syllabus for the year. If you notice at the syllabus, there's the lines that we're going to talk about, there are the videos, and then there are the activities. So, when you have a chance, flip through your workbook, and the activities are at the end of the workbook, and they correspond with the lessons. So your facilitator will lead that activity with you. Many of them are discussion questions, others are worksheets, there are games, there are a whole mix of different things. We don't want you to get bored here. We don't want you to feel like, okay, this is another hour of lecture. We know you get that enough in your regular school. So we're hoping that you'll find it interesting, relevant, and helpful. And you will come to as many classes as you can. And lastly, before we get into the Barney itself, I just wanted to ask you guys on behalf of USM and our committee that's made this course for forgiveness, because just like you guys, we're students too, and I promise you we probably made so many mistakes in doing this. Please forgive us for any mistakes, and also tell us, let us know that, hey, what you said here, what you wrote here, that's not correct. Send us an email, give us a call, whatever. We're easy to get hold of. I would love to know how to improve this course. Even like a non-Gurbani related thing, if you feel that, hey, this could be better, this activity could be better if you do this. Any suggestion whatsoever, we'd love to hear from you. So please forgive us for any mistakes and tell us how to improve. We'll be giving you questionnaires throughout the year, just getting your feedback. And if we do this course next year, we want to make it better based on your current comments. So definitely be honest. Let us know what you truly think. So with that, let's talk about Sohila. Very, very basic stuff. So Sohila is one of the required Barnis a Sikh is supposed to read according to the Sikh Rath Maryada. It is the Barni that one reads before sleeping. So depending on your experience with Sohila, you may or may not know this already, but Sohila is not like Japji Sahib in the sense that it's not a Barni that appears all at once in the heart of the Guru Granth Sahib. In the beginning of the Guru Granth Sahib, in the Nitnem portion, you do see Sohila in its full form. However, the Shabads within Sohila appear a second time within the Guru Granth Sahib. For example, Ra Gauri Deep Ki Mela Pehla, if you go to Ra Gauri Deep Ki Mela Pehla in the Guru Granth Sahib, you will see that same Shabad that appears in the beginning under a full Sohila heading. So it's interesting in that every Shabad here actually appears a second time in the Guru Granth Sahib. Sohila is a compilation of Shabads from the Guru Granth Sahib, just like Rehra Sahib is too. So that's something that some people weren't aware of. I was teaching this before, they were surprised. So that's something I wanted to clarify with you guys, that it's actually a compilation of Shabads. This is something that the Gurus actually told us to read. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, in his conversation with Bhai Nandlal Ji and Tankanama, actually writes how a Sikh is supposed to read Sohila before sleeping. It's required. In Bhai Gurdas's Barni, in Var 643, he also emphasizes that Sikhs are supposed to read Sohila before sleeping. So this is something that is not a recent decision to start reading Sohila. We've been reading Sohila for hundreds of years. So this is a tradition in our Rehat that's been followed by countless Sikhs before us. And just to go back for a second as to where does Sohila form in the Guru Granth Sahib, it's part of our Nitnem, and I just want to quickly go over with you in the intro lesson, where does our Barni come from? So of course we have the Guru Granth Sahib, right? That's the head. Obviously that's our Guru. That's Guru Gurbani comes from Guru Granth Sahib, of course. But there's also other sources of Gurbani as well that we consider Bani according to the Rehat. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani coming from Sri Dasam Granth Sahib, Sri Sarbil Granth Sahib is also Bani, as well as the writings of Bhai Gurdas Ji and Bhai Nandlal Ji. So in the greater context, I just want you to understand where does Sohila fit within our sources of Bani. I hope that's clear. So if you look at Sohila, you look at most Shabads, it starts out with a Rag and then a Mela, right? So here, for example, Sohila Rag Gauri Deep Ki Mela Pehla. So a lot of people, when they read that, they kind of just like gloss over those words. They kind of just ignore them, right? Mela is kind of the easier word. Mela means author. So here, Mela Pehla refers to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He's the first author. Mela Duja, Guru Angad Dev Ji, and so forth. But rag is something that confuses a lot of people because they don't know what it is and they sort of just gloss over it. So a rag, for those of you that don't know, rag is a musical scale. There are approximately 31 rags in the Guru Granth Sahib, and each rag brings about a unique feeling in the listener depending on what rag it is. Now, for example, Shri Rag is a very serious rag. If you look at Rag Bilaval or Rag Asa, it's a very optimistic, very happy rag. And a rag itself, again, is a musical scale. So we have our notes, Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Ba, Da, Ni, Sa, right? The second Sa starts the scale again. And then depending on the order of those notes and whether it's a pure or natural note, we call it Shuddh, or a sharp note, Komal, the combination of different notes produces different feelings in the listener. For example, in Rag Bilaval, they're all Shuddh notes, they're all pure, natural notes. And in certain combinations, when those notes are played and sung, they produce happy feelings in the listener. So this rag, in essence, sets the tone, sets the emotion of the shabad before the words even begin. And again, these rags were chosen by our gurus. Guru Nanak Dev Ji sang this shabad before it was even written down in this rag. The Bani, the words match the tone of the rag, the feeling of the rag. And in fact, what we're going to do for you guys is after we go through the shabads, we'll try our best to find recordings of these shabads sung in these rags and play them for you. So you can understand and feel the music and the rag, not just the words themselves, right? Because if you read something, obviously you can feel something. But if you read something with corresponding music with it, it's a whole different feeling. And we want you to feel that, right? We want you to feel the power of rag and kirtan and get the true essence, how this Gurbani is supposed to be listened to and read and understood. So with that, enjoy the activity that you guys are about to do. It's one of my favorites, actually, so I hope you have fun doing it. And I'll see you guys next week. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.